I don't think there is anything more hype than starting the stream with this fucking thing, you know? The Sardaukar Blood Chant, fucking techno edition. Yeah, no, it fucking slaps. For me at least, okay? That said though, that said, what are we doing today? I'm just gonna chill with you a little bit today and I'm gonna talk about a certain video. The confusing world of polyamory. Yeah, because it's very confusing, as you know, many other things when you're actually not polyamorous. Like, yeah, it's not gonna make sense to you. Well, it is in you know, you will understand the words that will come out of my mouth describing it, but you will be like, oh yeah, but ooh, you know. Um, it's how do you explain to someone, for example, how it feels to be like trans, or how do you explain to someone that what it feels like, you know, to I don't fucking know, dude. It's one of those things that will always be confusing to people, I guess. And you know, in that confusion, as you can see by the title, actually, I wasn't setting it up, but like for real. Well, anyway, you get it, okay? So the usual shit stands here. I'm just gonna like yap about it. I haven't watched it. Um, I wanted to watch it. It's been a fucking month, but Mass Effect happened and other shit happened, and now here we are. And now I'm gonna talk about it. And yeah, about fucking time. So, how is this gonna go down? I'm gonna be muting myself probably. I'll figure out the sound stuff. All right, see if it is like. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that right now.
Welcome back to the Papa Mate channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're talking about everybody's favorite relationship.
Yeah, okay, this is perfect because you don't hear it through my speakers. Let me see if I can increase it a little bit.
Status. Being poly.
Yeah, okay, so a little bit less. Let's see, I don't know why I said it like that.
Polyamorous. I don't know. Is that polyamorous?
There we go,
polygamy.
okay. But I will have to be pausing. Pausing? Anyway, yeah, pausing. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce that, so that it doesn't sound like pause. I'll be pausing and commenting whenever, but I'm not gonna mute myself apparently. I don't need to, from the looks of it. And I'll try to like give my opinion on this shit. And like, you know, keep in mind there are many ways to be poly. It's not just like it's how you feel it, right? There isn't any, you know, handbook or primer or like, you know, wiki about it, I guess. I mean, there is a wiki about it, but like, you get the meaning, right, of what I'm trying to say. Maybe some things I will say will not stand for other people that are poly as well. You know, TLDR. Okay. Also, let's see how fucking horrible I look on camera. And depending, I might leave it on, but I have a suspicion. I don't know why I dragged the S there. Suspicion. That like I'm not gonna fucking like what I see. But hi. Oh shit, that's small. That's what she said. Wait. All right. Keep in mind, I haven't fucking showered or anything, so it's like, it's whatever. Let me fucking see what I look like when I enlarge the. Oh my god, zoom and enhance. What a beauty. Not at all like I fucking woke up, which I did. Ah, is it camera day? What do you think? Hmm? I think it's not camera day. No, maybe later. Maybe a bit later. We'll see. For now, let's save you from the fucking torture. And where? There. Okay. Let's see what Meat has to say about all this shit. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Papa Mate channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit down because today we're talking about everybody's favorite relationship status. Being poly.
It is not everybody's relationship status, trust me. Yes, there is a fad, which by now probably has died down, by the way. where people were like, yeah, I'm poly, and in reality, what they meant is more like, oh, I'm open to, you know, to just dump you instantly and fuck someone else, and then also come back to you and dump them. Or what they mean is like, yeah, I'm gonna have fuck buddies, deal with it, but that's not the same at all. So yeah, there was this trend. Papa Meat is right. That thing was going on where everybody was polyamorous. Just the way that everybody was trans, and then everybody was fairy, and then everybody was this, and everybody, the same way polyamory kind of like popped there for all the wrong reasons, and towards all the wrong fucking results.
Polyamorous. I don't know. Is that polyamorous? Polygamy. We're talking about the nuts and bolts.
You know what? I'm gonna nitpick those posts there. Ever wonder how thruple, never say fucking thruple, never say that fucking word is cursed. I mean, it starts out like anything. Like, how does your exclusive relationship starts out? That's how this starts out. You're already in a relationship with somebody, and somebody else pops in, and you're like, that's interesting. And then you talk with the other person, and they go like, yeah, okay, that's interesting, we can try. And that's it. There's nothing like idyllic about it, over being exclusive. That's how it happens. Yeah. And I mean, of course you're happy if you find a person or a fourth person or a fifth, if you're way too wild. Again, in my humble opinion. Yeah, there is excitement, of course, but it's not like you can dunk on other people and be like, ever wonder how this fucking majestic wonder of the world happened? Like, you see me, you see my boyfriend, and now you see my girlfriend, and now you back at me and look at me and like, do you think that you can achieve this? No, you can't, chump. No, it's not like that at all. Like, there's nobody fucking flexes that shit. Anyway, I mean, if they are, they're fucking clowns. Only valid poly relationship is a girl and her two boyfriends who are also boyfriends. No, that is absolutely wrong and honestly bigoted. And yeah, horse girl loser. Yeah, that there is so much to unpack in that fucking nickname. Lady, get the fuck out of here.
Is it polyamorous? Poly.
When they have something negative to say about my poly relationship, that's yeah, I mean, you really need to flex it? Really? Really? Girl, what's that hairline, by the way? Holy shit! What's up? Damn, okay. Moving on.
Polygamy. We're talking about the nuts and bolts in the of it all, huh? We live in an age of sex positivity. Every day we see more and more people setting aside the traditional concept of love and relationships.
No, we don't put it aside. It's very much love. I haven't put aside anything. It's yes, you can literally, I can confirm you can be in love with like more than one person, but it's the same love. The love that your grandparents talk to you about, It's love. We don't put it aside.
In exchange for a potentially more freeing.
This is disgusting, by the way. That is the weirdest fucking flex. Like, what the fuck is that? That is fetishization of polyamory.
An exciting lifestyle, aka you get to just swap spit with everybody.
Sinners.
Heathens. Downright goobers. You know what, off the cuff, before we even go into it, what do you think, Nick?
As long as you're not hurting nobody, I don't care. But for me, I couldn't do it. Be too jealous thinking about his,
As long as you're not hurting anybody or thinking about his.
Yeah, that is a big issue. Some jealousy is to be expected, and that's natural, just like in exclusive relationships. But more than that, again, just like exclusive relationships, is kind of a red flag. Somebody's doing something wrong and harming someone in that case, just like an exclusive, again, like in monogamy. It's no different. I don't understand what's so confusing about that.
His seed.
My thing is, I would definitely be like the third wheel.
Yeah.
So to think about that, if you're allowing yourself to be the third wheel, yeah, you're with the wrong partners, because if you're that type of personality, then the other partners or partner should, again, just like an exclusive relationship, be the ones engaging. And if they're not, you are incompatible. Duh. Like, it works the same. As for being made the third wheel, now that's a whole fucking can of worms right there, because maybe that's a negative to you, which is not to everyone, by the way. But if it's a negative to you, you have found the wrong kind of couple to try and get into, let's say, or be accepted into. Um, some people have hierarchies when it comes to being poly, right? So maybe their current partner is like their prime, right? Their Optimus Prime, and you're just fucking, I don't know, Ironhide or some other transformer. You're not really number one. And if that kind of hurts you and it makes you feel like you're a third wheel, maybe either talk about it or leave, right? Like you would talk about stuff in an exclusive relationship, or leave. Easy. So far there is just like no issue that is specific to polyamory.
They're having dinner or whatever, and you're in the back of the car like,
Also, some other misconception here that I see already meat going into is really you are not expected to be around all the time. You don't have to. In fact, you shouldn't. Though in some polyamorous relationships it can work, and I've been in one. More often than not, it's like, yeah, there can be some shared time, but it's also like time in private between the partners, and then each partner also would probably love their own private time, and that's where scheduling comes in. And let me tell you, you have to be really fucking good at, micromanaging, um, to the point where it's not an effort for you to do so. Um, Otherwise, you're gonna suffer, and I'm not even joking. Like that's probably the biggest hurdle when it comes to people who are quote unquote, don't cringe please, but trying out polyamory. Like one of the main obstacles that I hear is like, oh, I barely have time for myself. Now that I have a relationship, for example, or if I had a relationship, for example, that very little free time I had would go into my partner. Imagine having another partner. Yeah, well, oh, duh. Like then you're not cut out for it. Like that your lifestyle is not compatible because you're keeping busy. So there is nothing there that you can do. But if you do have the free time to invest, then you have to really manage. What am I getting on Discord? It's Bola Bola. Let's see. All right. Bolatsas, you're interrupting my stream. You heathen, you heretic. Anyway, yeah, whatever. Let's go.
can't you give me some onion rings? Yeah, we'll see. Pipsqueak.
Yeah, they're bullying me.
She doesn't even have sex with you. You're my boyfriend. Pay the electricity bill. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I say? I say this. You know what? I bet there's some people out there where it works just fine. I think in a lot of regards, I think it's a lot of bullshit.
That is so fucking bigoted, bro. What the fuck? Did he say what I heard?
Out there where it works just fine. I think in a lot of regards, I think it's a lot of bullshit.
Really? Is it? So wait, you're calling like you're calling me making it work bullshit? Wait a fucking minute. That is a very mean thing to say. Yeah, it might be bullshit for you with your lifestyle, that's true. But no, it's literally like, yeah, if it works for you, it works. There is no bullshit about it. Let's see.
Everybody that I know has been in a poly relationship. They've broken up because one of them ends up being someone behind.
All right, so this is not exactly exclusive, or not at all exclusive to poly couples or thruples or whatever fucking cringe word you want to use, but between partners is the preferred sentence I use. How is it exclusive? to polyamory like this shit. It's not. Cheating is rampart, and cheating is not polyamory, by the way. And you can cheat in a polyamorous relationship by simply, well, doing the same. It's the same mechanic that you would use if you were an asshole to cheat on someone who is in an exclusive relationship with you. There is nothing extra. Okay? So saying, oh, everybody I knew who was in a poly relationship, that they got cheated on, like, okay, here's another take. When I was monogamous, all my relationships, all more than 10 of them, by the way, ended with me being cheated on. But ever since I went into polyamorous partners, that was reduced exponentially. Like, I've had one case, I've had two cases, that's it. The rest was like in the open. And with consent or not consent, at which point, it's a breakup. But there wasn't any cheating per se. It doesn't even compare to fucking when I was monogamous. So, hey, here you go. Get dunked on. So you see, you can't really dunk either way because it's precisely the same, which so far has been the point I'm trying to make. It's precisely the same. And it will work or not work according to the same fucking pitfalls, and problems. There aren't extra problems. The only real problem is the partner's dynamic. Again, like maybe you don't have time. Maybe one of them doesn't have time, which has nothing to do with polyamory, but more about the person's lifestyle and schedule and all that shit. So far, I 100% disagree with everything that has been said, which is weird. Usually, Papa Meat has some nice takes, which I agree with. But this one is so far from the mark. Holy shit.
Behind their back.
Yeah, it's weird. It's supposed to be this open thing, but I don't know. You can't escape that primal jealousy. You know what I mean? Our monkey brains.
Yeah, of course you can't escape the jealousy, but you can rely on your partners to reduce it, and you can work on your confidence. And some jealousy is healthy, by the way, and that's true. And this is not exclusive to polyamory. Again, it's just not. Sorry, this is an L take. This is a bozo take, Papa Meat. I'm sorry. This first fucking minute is full bozo mode.
We can't handle it. And every year, polyamory continues to grow in popularity, likely due to its rise in representation in popular culture.
No, it doesn't, though. Most people I know have the same take as Papa Meat, that it is like bullshit, to quote, Most people have this take. They just express it like more politely, as saying, I don't think it works. I think you just haven't found the one. I think this, I think that, stuff like that. It's not really popular, trust me.
Like TV, movies, and dating apps, being polyamorous essentially means having more than one partner.
That is very generic. That is an extremely generic TLDR overview of it. It's not like that, or, well, it can be, but then it's not necessarily polyamory, but maintaining fuck buddies, which, yeah, fuck buddies can also be friends. And that still doesn't mean it's polyamory. Confusing? I'll explain later.
That's what it means. Why would you want the hassle?
I could hardly keep up with one.
Oh, God.
There we go. Here we go, the usual one. I can hardly keep with one. Well, then polyamory isn't for you, my friend. Simple. And if it isn't for you, of course you're gonna be like, oh, I think it's, to quote again, bullshit. Yeah. I'm sorry, but...
Dude, relationships are very difficult. Did you even just sit there and be like, let's throw in another egg in the mix?
Yeah, exactly. Relationships are very difficult, and polyamorous relationships more so, and that's why it's not really as idyllic as you think it is, as I said in the beginning. But why do you do it? Well, because you are polyamorous. I mean, why do you want to fuck guys? Because you're gay, right? Why do I want a feminine body? Because I'm trans. It's not like we fucking chose this. It's what we are. You're not it, Papa Meat, so you don't understand it. To you, it's like we just want, more women, more boys. It's not like that. It has a serious downside, and it's not all fucking peachy, you know.
Oh God, please, could I? Sleepless nights, please. Could I please?
For me, when I got Teddy, I was like, oh, I'll get Max as a second dog so they can be friends. Now it's just a bigger headache for me.
I just want to say, I'm
That's your own problem with your dogs.
gonna put out there. Kind of makes it seem like you're in a relationship with your dogs. I can only afford so much peanut butter. It always feels like poly relationships are people who are too spineless
Pick your partners better.
to
Pick your partners better, and then you won't have shit on your hands, buddy.
break up with somebody. They're like, let's just, what, can we bring in someone else? And they're just trying to transition someone out of their life. I think that we're just wanting somebody else in our group instead of just being like, I don't like you anymore. I want to break.
That is not true at all. That is not true at all. This is part of what I said, that people use polyamory just like they use other things, just like they use, sexual preference or gender identity as an excuse to do certain things. Like, for example, there will be couples where one of the two partners just doesn't know how to end it, doesn't have the necessary fucking social skills to end it properly without any hurt, and goes like, "Oh, you think maybe we should go polyamorous and try that and see if it works?" You think maybe learn how to break up, you fucking idiots, instead of like making polyamorous people look bad because you're using that as your fucking exit strategy of a relationship, you fucking morons. You're giving ammunition to Papa Meat over here. Disgusting. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. If you believe that polyamory is the reason why you lost your girlfriend/boyfriend, oh boy, I have news for you. Your girlfriend/boyfriend was never fucking polyamorous. He just wanted out of your stupid relationship. They had enough of you. They didn't like your fucking dick. Your pussy stunk. What do I care? But they weren't polyamorous. They just used that fucking thing as an excuse. Jesus Christ.
That's how I look at it a lot of the times. And also, too, you can get out and still.
Or you found your new favorite. This thing is just kind of like your side.
What the fuck is that phrase? It's like, get your cake and eat it too, or whatever. There's no way I said that.
No, it's not like that, by the way. It really fucking isn't like that. Trust, homie.
Right. It's like baking a cake and eating it. There's certainly a large group
That is true. It is unrealistic to commit to being with someone forever. It can work. But I'm watching a video of somebody who is absolutely misinformed about polyamory and is spreading absolute misinformation about it by falling victim to the various cliches that non-polyamorous people spread by using polyamory as a shield for their fucking accusable behavior. It was a mouthful to say, but now you know what I'm watching. Mwah. Ah, God. So, yeah, it's unrealistic to commit to being with someone forever. It can work. But the same can be said about polyamorous relationships. So far, nothing has been different between monogamy and polyamory. Nothing at all has been different. The only thing that's changed so far is literally the amount of people involved, and that's about it. And how someone's schedule can affect it. That is literally it. And the fact, of course, that if you don't feel it, you can't make it work because you're not it. You know, you can't fake being gay. For, like, you know what I mean? You can't fake being trans. Like, you feel it or not, or otherwise you're gonna falter. Easy as that. Like, you can't force yourself to be poly. You have to, like, feel it. Are you like fucking understanding? Anyway,
that continues to stigmatize the poly lifestyle, believing that being monogamous is the true natural order of things. Some believe that the cost of living.
The true natural order of things. Are we going there? Because according to some people, the natural order of things is to not have gender identity, for example. Are they right? Like, holy shit. And Bolatsas, I'm not talking to you, by the way. I'm referring, I'm talking to everyone that might be watching, by the way. So if I say you, it's not you specifically, even though it coincided with you appearing, of course, showing up. But I wasn't directing that at you. as marriage rates continue to decline, I mean, of course marriage rates decline. There's many factors for that, you know? Anyway, and the cost of living goes up. More and more people approve of non-traditional family arrangements. I am, as a poly person, I am against open marriage or other such weird shit. I mean, I'm against marriage anyway, to be honest. So all this is completely just foreign to me, and it doesn't concern me. And it has nothing to do with polyamory, except, I guess maybe a polyamorous person also might want to marry. I don't know. That's very niche and like nothing I can comment on really.
Living has risen so much that people no longer strive for the financial benefits of marriage, instead opting for non-traditional family structures. Believe it or not, it was revealed in 2023 that
let's see. Poly relationships are becoming increasingly popular, and according to a recent study, 90% identified as polyamorous. I mean, of course, just like the whole LGBT thing, more stuff comes out, the more we become more open to stuff, right? That is that is normal. That stuff was there, but now we're more open. So yeah, it's not shocking. It was always like that. So becoming increasingly popular can be misleading. It was popular. It was just not public. Simple, you know. Also, identifying as polyamorous, 19% is actually very realistic, to be honest. 90% of a country's population is very realistic.
19% of adults from the UK participated in polyamorous or non-monogamous relationships. Like it or not, lifestyle isn't going anywhere. So if you're considering the poly lifestyle and don't know where to start, look no further, my friends.
Sorry.
Today we're going to talk about the convoluted world of poly relationships.
It is not convoluted unless you're a fucking idiot. Which stands for exclusive relationships as well. If exclusive relationships can be very fucking convoluted. Being polyamorous doesn't mean now add another person to that. It means learn to pick your partners and learn to navigate relationships and find people who are mature enough to do the same, and then it won't be convoluted whether it's exclusive or polyamorous. You fucking ape.
Because it gets complicated.
We've got a lot of vocabulary to review. Get your notebook and pens out because it's more convoluted than you think. These are the types of polyamorous relationships.
Yeah, let's see if you got that right at least, Papa, because so far it's been 3 minutes and a half of complete and utter nonsense.
My friends, 1, polyamory, right? This is one we know. I'm gonna also probably pronounce these wrong. We just need to know that that's usually what happens with these things, so don't know I'm supposed to tell you. Polyamory comes from the Greek word poly, meaning many.
Correct.
And amor, which means love. It's a lifestyle that entails.
And that's what it literally is, the ability or the capacity, the innate capacity, which you will either find out about or not, to be able to feel the same love that you would feel for a single partner, for other partners as well. That is all that it is. And from there, it just branches out to everyone's like preferred style of that. And some styles are despicable as much as like some styles of being exclusive are despicable. Like, for example, marrying someone and then cheating. Like, that's despicable, right? And then there is no difference between.
Having multiple partners, this type of relationship requires.
We're a married polyamorous couple and we date women together. Sure, if that rocks your boat, but for me, I wouldn't marry. I'm not gonna lie. But that's like just me, right? I just think marriage is so fucking weird. I don't know. It's such an alien concept, honestly. But yeah, these guys are like, oh yeah, we married, but we're also poly. Look at us dance, like as if you're doing something special. You're not, but I'm happy for them, I guess. You know. But it's posts like that, which is very weird flexes. Like the flexes that we saw in the beginning with that like dude with his fucking Karem over there, fetishizing polyamory. I hate that stuff. Like, bro, it's the same as fetishizing trans people or, please don't do that.
Consent from all people.
Usually think it was his idea or that he desired to be with more women than just me. What are you trying to say with your TikTok?
Involved on top of having its own unique set of boundaries and responsibilities.
Truth is, he's demisexual. I have no idea why he would fuck an egg. Oh, okay. Well, I have no idea what that word means. Needs emotional connection to get turned on. Don't we all? Don't we all? Like, isn't that like the default state of being? Bro, what is this? Ah, all right. That no, it's not. What? Okay, I do need an emotional connection to get turned on. Yeah, you fuck. I mean,
Doesn't that sound fun? In this arrangement, people are allowed to form new relationships outside the group. This
yeah, why not? Sure. Like,
information needs to be communicated to the other partners.
of course it does. When a non-monogamous relationship is open to new people versus a closed polyfidelitus, bro, these words are made up. I ain't kidding. It can be beneficially distinguished between three styles: open awareness, open approval, or don't ask, don't tell. Okay, jargon aside, it's starting to reach lawyer level, and I don't speak lawyerese. But like, isn't the point of being poly to not have a closed relationship? Isn't that like the point of it? And also, isn't that like, what you feel? This is so weird to me. Now I'm becoming a little bit confused. What the fuck? Papamit, where did you find that shit? Because I know what's happening here. He's gone and found some very niche and peculiar cases. The same as gender, right? If you want to make fun of like their identity, you're going to scour the internet and find the most lawyerese sounding terms and be like, okay, do you know these terms? Yeah, this is gender identity. That's why it's bad, blah, blah, blah. But that's a fallacy, though. You can't take extreme cases and say that's how it is, that's how crazy these people are, that they're inventing words, you know. Um, the average person, let's say, who is poly, in this case, or the average person who just explores their gender, they're not gonna like even me, for example. I don't even know these words. I don't even know these words, and I'm very average when it comes to being polyamorous. So taking rather niche cases or a little bit more extreme cases and saying, "Oh, look at vocabulary. Like this is how like cool they are," is a little bit disingenuous, I would say, and I think it's also an argument, an argument fallacy. I would think. Um, it can be the case, but like honestly, the average is like not really like this, and that brings to mind that whole fairy argument that or debate rather that was going on like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think, or maybe a month ago. Um, yeah, I understand being negative to something. I've been that, but you also have to have an open mind, which I do, and see if people, through their behavior and examples, can change your mind, right? If you can't do that, that's when you're close-minded. I understand approaching polyamory with caution as someone outside. I also understand having leaning more towards perceiving it negatively. I understand that because it has some stigma, just like the fairy debate that we had, okay? But I think if you don't stumble on extremists, so to speak, like that literally extreme case that I stumbled on and really just didn't help the case of fairies in my eyes. But if you find like somebody who is like your average person, they're just polyamorous, I think that you're gonna like probably change your mind to more positive side. You're gonna lean towards the positive side of it slowly. But what Papa Meat is doing here is just like presenting you the absolute, like, look at these wars, look at these arrangements, look at these TikToks. Dude, are you literally using TikTok as your source to support the argument that polyamory is confusing? Everyone on TikTok is confusing because they're fucking morons. And everyone watching TikTok and using it as a legit and valid source of information is also a moron. Papa Meat, you may be a moron in this case.
And some groups require an open approval system and requires you to have their permission to engage. So you're
Yeah, that's a simple concept though. That's a very simple concept. Yeah, there's a few types of being polyamorous, and that can involve, like, you've arranged, you can do what you want with others, I don't want to know it. Or you can do what you want with others as long as you tell me. That's pretty much it, basically. And the latter that I said, the latter example I used usually includes the whole thing of, like, if I don't approve it, I would like you to not do it, for example. I think that's like common sense, or it was for me and for all my partners so far. We never had to specify that, for example, oh, you can fuck around with other people, but you know, you don't need my approval. Like, what? Of course you do. Are you kidding? Anyway, I guess again, like niche cases.
in this wolf pack, right? And then you're like this other thing, like, well, we're already doing this thing. I'm just going to go do this. You need a written letter of approval from your wolf pack.
I don't think it's a whole wolf pack. It's usually this is he's exaggerating, of course, which okay, I understand. It's fair to exaggerate to make a point, but it's also fair to criticize the point then. And the point being that, oh, imagine going through the bureaucracy of a whole fucking harem, right? To just get another partner. Well, first of all, there's not gonna be a harem. Most polyamorous people end up with like 1 or 2 partners at most. That's it. Especially if we're talking long term. And it's not really difficult to just, let's say you're partners with someone and you meet someone else. It's not really difficult to say, hey, look, I found another human being. I'm kind of interested. What's your take? Oh, cool. Yeah, it's okay with me, you know. Hey, wanna meet them? Sure. Like, you know, you talk like a normal person. There is no bureaucracy. There is no letters of approval or, you know, signing any forms or all that shit.
Before you can go out on the hunt again. What is that, dude?
Pretty soon you're going to be outnumbered the more people get in.
Then the larger your group becomes, it's like, it's a 3-to-1 vote, dude. We don't like Jacob, man. You're not going to fuck him.
I don't doubt that there's going to be some extreme cases, but again, taking every extreme case and saying, oh, yeah, this is absolutely how it is the same as saying, oh, I'm going to take every extreme case of every other thing, and I'm going to paint the whole population based on that. I mean, again, it's human to lean towards the negative if you have negative experiences, or if you, for example, see coverage of a certain culture from a negative light. It's fine, of course, like, yeah. And then it's up to the members of that fucking culture or community or creed or whatever to show you, if you interact, you know, not make it a crusade to show you, but like if you interact, through them you can see, here, you know, put it better, what it really is like for the average person. And then you can use your brain cells to be like, oh, maybe not all of them are bad, you know, just like a normal fucking human being.
Those are the rules. It's like, what do you have to do? As a 30-day notice also if you want to leave. Don't forget that there is the $250 deposit fee. It is what it is.
What if you start growing this pack and then everybody kicks you?
You don't start growing a pack. That's not a concept. That's not really a concept. That does not happen.
You out.
That is how it has to be. Because also, too, I'm going to say this, in every poly group, there's just one, like, pig. That everybody is like, oh, I like this person. You know what I mean? Because I would imagine
that is also inaccurate. Either you all like each other or it doesn't work, or your arrangement is more like don't show, don't tell. Which, yeah. So this thing is like so fucking void of any logic.
in a lot of poly relationships, if you're a poly guy and you like a girl, but then the rest of the guys, are they gay for each other too? Some of them are. You went on that.
That is irrelevant to polyamory. That is, are you like, are you okay, dude? That's just their sexual orientation. Like, oh my fucking god. For the record, polyamory can't change your sexual orientation. It's not gonna turn you gay, quote unquote. As fucking cringe as that sounds, I had to say it just because it doesn't turn you straight either. There, just to be fair, like they have nothing to do with it. Like, whoa, my fucking god,
What,
dude!
though? Remember where they were like testing it out to see if you want to like fuck them?
Oh, I never went on a date.
I thought you went to dinner with them.
No, they offered.
Oh, they offered it.
That's as far as it got.
Yeah, maybe take the offer, you moron. Grow a pair and try it and see if it's for you.
And I think the next day I was like, that's not for me.
But you were considering it for a second.
Well, the whole thing was like, he wouldn't fuck you, but he definitely wants to touch your balls.
That has nothing to do with being polyamorous. If I don't think I can go through the video, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the worst videos I've ever watched. This is oh boy. This one is rough to watch. This one is rough to watch. Bro, that's this one is very rough to watch.
I still like how there's like a thing of you like in your room like drinking wine being like, go on. Could you give me a day to think about it?
Like, I'll TLDR this. Being poly or exclusive is not going to, doesn't mean you have to accept forced sex or anything like that, first of all. Don't get those dangerous concepts in your head. Nobody should force you to do anything with anyone against your will, just like in an exclusive relationship, by the way. If somebody meets someone and that someone isn't to your liking, you don't have to like them. You can always step away from the relationship as well. It's, yeah, nobody's putting a gun on your head. You can find another poly person, or maybe, you know, you can decide that maybe poly isn't for you as well. You're not forced to be poly. Are these like alien concepts to anyone? I would hope not. I would hope that the people watching me have like above fucking room temperature IQ. Right now, Papa Meat's IQ is approaching floorboard, let me tell you right now.
Could you give me a brisk 24? This means that even a relationship involving multiple
Yeah, that is true. It does not equal unlimited hookups. Nobody has the capacity for that, I don't think.
people, it's still technically possible to cheat in the established rules if the established rules are broken. So if you go on and fuck somebody else, they're like, you just cheated on all of us. And then we move on to polyfidelity. It's another form of polyamorous relationships in which those involved have
A closed network of non-monogamous partners? I'm struggling to find the difference.
agreed to not expand the relationship beyond the initial group, choosing to stay more exclusive.
That is simply, those are a lot of words to say, I don't think I can handle more than 2 people. I don't think I can handle more than 3 people. I don't think I can handle more than 1 person. That's monogamous, by the way. I don't think I can handle more than like 5. That's it. If you can handle 5 people, I fucking salute you, by the way. I'm a no-lifer, and I'm pansexual, and I'm trans, which means like I can afford and switch as well. I afford great fucking flexibility, especially, you know, schedule-wise, and I'm good at fucking managing my partners. And even I found it extremely unlikely that I can handle more than a total, you know, self-included 3 partners. I don't think like it takes like, it would take too much, like, it would take iron will for that. Like it would take some really fucking you know, some zeal. It would take some zeal, some fucking dedication. I think most realistically, on average, you're gonna be involved with a total of like 3 people, yourself included. That is literally the most I've seen. If we're talking polyamorous, if we're talking fuck buddies, or just randomly fucking your friends whenever the mood strikes, that's not polyamory. That is literally just fuck your friends when the mood strikes. And you know what? I can vibe to that, but that's not that's not being polyamorous. We're talking about capacity to you feel so much love that you can share it with more than one person. Does that compute? Well, I don't think any one person has enough to give for more than like two other people in the context of like a full-blown relationship. That's just my opinion. Of course, some people might just feel it harder than I do. That's what she said. But
This is the tighter knit wolf pack, right? You howl together. Also, in polyamorous relationship,
there is nothing wolf pack like between amorous partners, I guess, unless you're a fairy. But there's nothing like that. You don't feel like you're a wolf pack. You don't feel like you're a gang. You don't feel like you're a band of brothers. You don't feel like you're a crew. You're not fucking, thugs, You're not cholos. Dude, you're just partners. You're just like existing as partners. You, you don't get to like vote on who's the alpha and shit like that. There's no crew leader. It's a fucking relationship. Seriously.
they probably say that too because they're just like, we don't want you f***ing some random person and then bringing that disease back into the group, which makes sense, but also a little silly still.
You got to get tested to get in the wolf pack.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no testing. It's the same way that you would check out a friend. It's the same way that you would check out a potential partner. You would want to spend a little time with them and see if your qualities are compatible. That's what it is. There's no hazing. There is no gatekeeping. There's no you just like vibe. Like what happened the last time it happened for me, right? We're in Guild Wars. I'm vibing with Neris. Whatever. We've been like 6 years together now with Neris. 7. What the fuck? Anyway, there's this person. I talk to them. We vibe. We start playing together. They meet Neris, they get in the guild, we just start playing together. 3 of us are like hanging out. It's natural. Like, that's what happens in an exclusive relationship as well. You meet someone, you go into this like, honeymoon phase a little bit where you spend more time together, you check each other out. It's like, are our interests together? Can we watch a movie? Can we chill together? Can we fucking stroke to each other in peace and harmony? Or in real life, can we fucking have fun? You check that shit out, and that's it. If it's compatible, it sticks. If it doesn't stick, it falls apart. You stay friends, whatever. There's no like ceremony or bureaucracy. Again, like there's nothing like that.
Also, you're trying to act like in a poly relationship, whatever. Trying to act like we're the clean ones. Imagine me, blue hair, my eyes are even more gone. I don't want dusting. I'll be
just
part
gone. You don't identify these words. For real, you don't need these words. Yeah, these words are absolutely pointless. I would never call anyone a hinge. I would never. That sounds so bad. What the fuck? Where did you fucking uncover this shit? I would never accept to be called a hinge. That is insane. That is more valid. All right, hierarchical polyamory. So yeah, this is something I've talked about before, and something I respect it. I can't do it. No, nah. This is to me toxic. Like this is toxic to me. I've tried it. It sucks. It sucks. I guess if you're the number one, right? You would think that you could argue that if I am the number one of someone, then sure, we can have, other plebs below us. But you're forgetting one thing. If if that position is occupied by you at the moment, who's to say that you're going to keep that position going forward? Somebody else might get there. Just like an exclusive relationship where suddenly the person meets someone else, starts prioritizing them, and suddenly you break up and they're with someone else. It's the same thing. So, not the same thing, but it's the same kind of logic, and I fucking detest that. So I don't want to have hierarchies. And I think that I should make a distinction here, because everything that I say comes from the perspective of someone who is not into having hierarchies in your poly relationships. So maybe someone who does can have more than 2 partners. Maybe they can have 22 partners, because they're focusing their energy and their love and emotions on only one person. And as you go down the scale, as you go down the ranks, these people get less and less and less, and less time and less space and less emotions. Yeah, sure, I could do that. I could have like 50 people thirsting for me, and like putting, I don't know, Neris or Bolatsas at the top. Well, by the way, we're not partners with Bolatsas. I just, want these Bolatsas right now. Then I could probably maintain an indefinite, like an infinite amount of like partners. I wouldn't give a shit, because these guys would just stay there and wait for me, their goth queen, to like sprinkle some fucking goth fairy dust on them, and they'd go crazy over that shit. And then I can see them next month. I don't give a shit. So I guess I could do that, but I don't want to do that. It feels extremely disingenuous. And so everything that they say, and that's my distinction, comes from the perspective of someone who will share the same amount of feelings, the same quality, amount, um, the same feeling among more than one partner. And that's my perspective. So I can't really speak about hierarchical polyamory. Okay, hierarchical. Sorry, polyamory. I just can't. Maybe someone who engages in that can tell you that, oh, Daphne's wrong. I can have 50,000 partners. Yeah, well, there's an explanation for that, I think. Anyway.
Are hierarchical.
Hierarchical, don't worry.
Many polyamorous
I had trouble too for 1 second.
relationships have a hierarchy consisting of a primary and a secondary relationship structure that dictates their priority.
There it is. There it is. I'm gonna be at the bottom of the totem pole.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That's something else I want to say about hierarchical polyamory. It's like, I'm not gonna judge, okay? This is me sharing my opinion. It's an opinion, okay? It's an opinion. There is no right or wrong. It's how I feel about it. If you are accepting, if you accept to be in a hierarchical relationship, and you accept not being number one, you're a loser. I'm sorry. You have zero self-respect. I'm sorry. To me, okay? To me, that's my opinion. And people who do accept that, well, to the extent that I have known them, so from my first-hand experience, yeah, they pretty much were fucking losers. I'm sorry. They were really fucking pussy whipped or cock whipped, They were genital whipped, like for real. Sad people, honestly, most of the time. And this is like how I knew it wasn't for me. Because I'm so fucking alpha, dude. Wow, okay, sorry, I had to say that. But like, that's why I knew it wasn't for me, because I tried it. And that's sweet and nice the person was. They were very kind, they were very polite, they were, we were vibing and all that, but I couldn't be number two. Let alone 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 7, or whatever. I don't even care. I wanted to be number one. And in fact, I'll take it a step further. I'll say I didn't want there to be numbers. I didn't want there to be numbers at all. Not for me, not for the other people involved, And so I decided it's just not for me.
Like, we're getting into it, but it feels fucked up that you are in this relationship.
Oh, and listening to someone tell you, oh, excuse me, I have to take this call. It's my number one. It can fucking bend you, It won't break you, but in the moment you will emotionally bend. You're gonna be like, ugh, why? It hurts, dude. It just hurts, it stings. You're like, ah. And these people can tell you, oh, but you also can have someone else who is number one, but it cannot be me. And you're like, but we're not playing fucking push and pull here. We're not playing tug of war. I don't want to punish you. I don't want to like find other partners and make them number one so that I can feel I'm getting back to you. Like, what the fuck is this logic? It is like not okay. I don't know. To me, okay. Again, just opinions.
And then they have a designated dog. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you get the sometimes. You know, on a blue moon on Christmas. What about Kwanzaa? Do keep pushing your luck, pal. For example, a primary relationship may form between the two that spend the most time
Yeah, if this is what your poly relationship looks like, reconsider.
together. They may even get married, live together.
Why are you... Man, TikTok is toxic. This is bullshit.
And have children. And for the secondary relationship, they often receive less time than the primary, as well as having less influence in making decisions.
You don't have influence. Bro, you don't have influence. There's nothing to have influence on. It's not a political body. It's not a parliament fucking... It's just a relationship. There's no decision. There's no fucking structure. There are no ranks. There are no military ranks. Oh my god. I'm fucking losing it. It's so hard to watch.
I have a full relationship, and this is just my dog that gives me gifts and I get attention from.
That is a fetish. It has not... I can't watch, dude. I can't fucking watch. I can't watch. It is too much. My guy here is confusing Findom and other stuff with being polyamorous. Oh man, that is... I'll take Bozo. Moving on.
When I'm tired of my primary. This does not feel like the most selfish thing imaginable. Only one person is benefiting from everything.
No. That's... Even in a hierarchical relationship, it's not one person who benefits from everything. It doesn't mean that because you're somebody's number one, you can command an army of thralls that are beneath you. What are these fucking sick fantasies that this guy has? Papa, are you fucking okay, my dude? Are you okay, dude?
The woman. And an anchor partner is...
That was so sexist to say. Why did he assume that it's gonna be a woman who makes the decision?
is a non-high...
There is no... That's not a thing. This is not a thing, legit. This is not a thing. Anchor partner. I've never heard this. I've been relationshiping the fuck out of my life. For years. Up until recently. Okay? It's not shit that people say to each other. Oh, okay. Non-hierarchical relationship equivalent of a primary partner. What? This is pointless. Nah, there's nothing like that.
Which are people...
Comments? Comets. That's the same as the hierarchy stuff. These are people who are lower in the hierarchy, therefore, you know, the prime couple, so to speak, won't be, you know, giving them too much priority. Nobody calls them comets.
in the relationship that you do not contact nearly
And also that's why, again, shit like that is why I hate fucking hierarchical polyamory. Anyway,
as frequently, whether it's due to conflicting schedules or a cosmic thing we want to call it. That's what that is. Or no, it's not even...
if you're getting your information from this guy about what polyamory then isn't confusing. It's fucking diabolical. Like this guy, I am honestly, I'm furious. This is hard to watch. You know what? I'll tell you right now. And I'm gonna stop the stream here because I'm not watching anymore. Papa Meat, you're a bozo, okay? I'm sorry. But in this video, you're I'll take my bozo. I'm sorry. This video is an I'll take. Listen. Okay. I'll tell you this right now. Having watched this shows me that I may have been as harmful with some things that I've said as Papa Meat is here. And as much as I love trash talking and talking shit about people, even if I don't mean it, if I've made anyone like into fairy or, you know, anybody feel as uncomfortable as I'm feeling now listening to this, then I fucking apologize. And I will happily, you know, have a conversation with you about it, you know, and clear up my opinions and my words without like any added bullshit for laughs, you know, and just, yeah, as I've said before, at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with people. I definitely don't wanna like it's like I had told that like very extreme fairy, where I told them I'm not close-minded. It's just that like the stuff that I've seen has made me lean towards a negative outlook on fairies, but I do take it case by case and I do allow people to change my mind. That guy failed completely because that guy was so fucking sanctimonious. That was prime bullshit, okay? That was prime bullshit. But for example, in our guild, we do have like very recently, uh, we recruited like a fairy gay couple, and they're pretty nice people as far as I've, you know, interacted with them, which was like spend a little bit of time talking about fractals, the ceiling on voice, and it's just, yeah, it's fine. So anyway, the point of that was not to say, oh, I don't hate fairies because I have fairy friends. It's not nothing like that. It's that like I do have an open mind. I do try to always take it case by case. And honestly, I do apologize if I hurt somebody. I've seen Papa Meat be like that just makes me want to make sure that I didn't hurt anyone at any point, okay? And if I did, I'd like to know and just, you know, talk about it with you. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna watch the rest of this video because honestly, it's just not only does it make me cringe on a physical level, like if you could see my face, I've just been face palming for the last fucking half hour right now. Um, but it's also just so much misinformation in one video where I don't think that exposing you to it does any good, even if it's just to laugh at it. And it definitely doesn't do me any favors either, because, you know, this is my fucking Saturday. I don't want to ruin it with this fucking L takeover here, you know? So, boo-hoo, I guess I'm dropping the fucking stream on 1 hour, which that's fine because I had said Saturdays are like 1 or 2 hours at most. That's how it should be. Just a yap, just a quick yap, you know, maybe watch a video, comment on it. But like, nah, I ain't watching more. This is L take, you fucking bozo. I'm sorry, that is like the trashiest video I've watched in the last fucking month. Holy shit. I should have picked the other video where it is like, you know, the reality of death. That sounds like a very interesting topic, especially considering like my relationship with death, so to speak, and the concept of it and like what I feel about it. You know what? That's what we're gonna pick for next time. Sorry for subjecting you to this. Yeah, that's yeah. I can see if you're using the same sources as fucking Papa Meat, or if you're using Papa Meat as your source, man, yeah, of course you're gonna think polyamory doesn't work. Of course you're gonna think it's something you should shun and avoid. Of course you're gonna think it's some ridiculous, like, process that doesn't work and is that. Yeah. And that's not to say that, oh, you should really try it. Don't ever try it. I don't give a fuck. I have no agenda. I don't care. Don't try it. If it's not for you, it's not for you, my man. That's good. Good for you, you know? But like if you're gonna talk about it and if you're gonna educate yourself about it, at least don't do it through fucking Papa Meat. Okay? Because that was oh boy. That was like hard to fucking it was hard to watch, I'm not gonna lie. That was hard to watch. Oof, 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 oof. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I don't know. Grind those views, my king, I guess. You know. You know. Get the clout, my king. Go for it. Oh, that was like painful to watch. And very disrespectful, I have to say. Oof. Uh, okay. I didn't know I'm supposed to send Neris a field form of consent if I want to find another partner. Maybe I'll do that for a joke next time. Holy shit. Okay. Alright, okay, okay. And so many words that mean nothing and no one actually uses. All of that just combined to besmirch like To literally besmirch being poly. Good job. Good job, my king. Keep up the good content. Oh god. The confusing world of polyamory, dude. It's so confusing. It is so fucking confusing. Oh my god, yeah. I have a stack of like documents here that I send out to partners where they have to fill them up and then they have to like send it back within an expiration date. Come on, bro. I can't even joke about it. I can't even fucking make a legit joke about it. I'm losing my mind. This is absolute dog shit. Ah, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Catch you on Monday. Kisses.